Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This morning, I woke up to a press conference being held by my mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, and our police commissioner. And they were saying that while we were sleeping, 2 NYPD officers were shot. And they were shot by somebody who is in this country illegally, somebody who entered via Eagle Pass, somebody who is a national of Venezuela, somebody who is allowed to be here because of President Biden's 60 policy changes that have opened up our border, allowing dangerous individuals to enter. Someone who is in New York City being housed, being fed, having legal services, laundry services, free Metro cards, health care on the taxpayers, the hardworking taxpayers that I represent in New York. The policies of the left are destroying this country. They are destroying our city. They are destroying the rule of law. This was totally preventable. It is something that should not have occurred. Thankfully, those police officers are okay. But it sheds light that the failed policies of the Democrats on the federal, state, and local level have come to a head. And this is the result. Our law enforcement, those tasked to protect us, are being hurt. Chuck Schumer, on the other side of the building, represents New York. He still will not take up any of the pieces of legislation that we passed in this House, some with bipartisan support, to deport individuals who are here committing crimes, to take action, to undo the policies of President Biden. Just last week, there was another individual that committed murder, another illegal immigrant that was here, committed murder in Harlem. And yet these 2 incidences, one in Queens, one in Harlem, both districts represented by colleagues here in the House who are on the other side of the aisle, where are they? I don't see them putting pressure on Senator Schumer to pass meaningful legislation to undo what President Biden did by executive order, has the ability to undo it. And the president continues to lie to the American people, telling them that he doesn't have the authority to do anything at the border. He had the authority to break the border, right? He himself passed those 60 policy changes. He himself can fix it. So I speak today because the American people need to see what's going on. They need to know that this is a direct result of this president's policies, of my mayor's policy that we're going to continue housing individuals, converting hotels in New York that should be going to tourists. Instead, they're going to these illegal immigrants that are wreaking havoc. The person was stopped, by the way, the person that shot these officers, because he was suspect in a ring of robberies. He and others using motorized scooters to terrorize the community, commit robberies, pickpocketing, snatching purses. Why is my mayor forcing we, the people, the taxpayers, to house individuals who are committing crimes? And the New York City Council, also run by radical leftists, they prohibit NYPD from cooperating with Immigration and Customs Enforcement to deport individuals once they're arrested. We've had thousands of arrests of people in this country illegally. And guess what? They go back to their luxury hotel room that we, the people, are paying for. Because the New York City Council doesn't think we should be cooperating to have them removed from this country. So we leave them there to be able to commit crimes over and over again. People 8, 9, 10, if you read, New York Post does a good job of exposing it. People with multiple arrests being released back on the street to prey on New Yorkers. This is completely unacceptable. And Chuck Schumer has to stop hiding behind a bill that nobody likes and wouldn't do the job. He needs to actually hold this president accountable. Let's undo those 60 executive orders if the president won't do it on his own. But we have a responsibility to protect the people of New York, to protect the people of this country, to protect the taxpayers of the United States, and to secure our borders. Enough is enough. Let's get it done, Senator Schumer. Do something meaningful over there in the Senate. Pass some of the bills that we passed here with bipartisan support.